Greetings from Calvary Lutheran Church in Minong, Wisconsin. I'm Pastor Kevin Kaiser, and it's time for our midweek video. This is the last one of these we're going to do for a couple weeks. I'm going to try and put these away in favor of posting the main lesson from our midweek education that's going to be happening. So Christian education will be meeting on October 6th at 6 p.m. And hopefully what I'll be able to do is at least record the main teaching from those education events and then post them on here as I've been doing the midweek videos. So no video next week. The following week, hopefully we'll have an educational video up instead. But watch for that. If it's not there the first time, we'll work out the glitches and try it again the second time. So, but in keeping with this, we'll start with our prayer requests for this week. First of all, Gary McKenzie, who we've been praying for many weeks. I didn't mention him because I didn't hear much about his situation, but it turns out he does have a brain tumor and his health he's not well. And so we'd appreciate if you prayed for him, for his wife, Dr. Sherlyn McKenzie, as well as she cares for him. A friend of a congregation member, actually a friend of a son of a congregation member, is facing death, and his name is Ben Hofer, and so we've been asked to offer prayers for Ben. So Ben, if you can hear us, we're praying for you, and God give you comfort in these trying times. In the news, there's been a lot of news about specifically Haitian immigrants who are sort of stuck in Del Rio, Texas, but the border in general and our immigration situation in general. I'm sure every one of you has an opinion about this in terms of the politics and who to blame and which president is at fault and everything else, but putting that away for a minute, let's just focus on prayer for everyone involved. That we have an overwhelmed border patrol and law enforcement in our border states. The immigrants themselves are in trouble, and they are often subject to harsh treatments by the people who have been paid to smuggle them over the border or to guide them over the border. And it's, of course, in the towns where they end up, resources are spent to either find them a place to live or get their kids in school or get medical care, and the people who live in those communities then have a strain on those resources. So the immigration situation in this country, whatever you think of it and whoever you think is to blame for it, is strained. And so, if nothing else, offer prayers for everyone involved so that everyone is safe, so that everyone does find a place to be, so that in the end, both our nation and the immigrants who come to our nation are able to have safe and peaceful lives. I don't often mention the groups that meet here at Calvary. Calvary is actually the place where a number of different organizations come together and have their meetings, have their weekly time together, and I just wanted to lift them up because these are some important services that are available in our community. First of all, Sawyer County Social Services just uses our building for some family meetings. It's not a big event or anything like that, but we're glad to have them here, and we hope that, and we're glad to be a part of the work that they're doing in bringing families together and helping people through their many legal processes and so forth. Girl Scouts meet here twice a month, and we're happy to have them. I mean, I can't think of a person who's not really familiar with the Girl Scouts, but obviously for decades upon decades, they've been doing very good work in raising up young women of good character, and we're happy to have them here at Calvary. TOPS stands for Taking Off Pounds Sensibly, and we have a number of women who meet at the church here each week, and they check in and they weigh in and they talk about strategies for weight loss and healthy living, and so we're glad to have them here. AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, they do meet here at Calvary. If you're not, that's one of those, any other these groups that I've mentioned, if you're not part of it and you want to be a part of it, come. Or if you're interested in seeing what they do, you can come. Sawyer County Social Services and Alcoholics Anonymous, obviously, if you're not part of what they're doing, there's sort of a confidentiality deal happening there. So if you're part of if you need the services of AA, please come in and check in on that. They meet Thursday nights, but if you're, obviously AA isn't something you just go in on to watch. You kind of need to be part of that group. Lakeland Family Resource Center meets here at Calvary, and every Friday at 10 a.m. they have a story time. They have a story and play time, mainly for preschool age kids and preschool maybe a little bit older. So if you'd like to be part of that you just show up for. There you will either find them in our basement, in the fellowship hall downstairs, or outside playing on the playground, especially if the weather's nice. They love to take advantage of the sun and the great weather. So all of these groups, all of these organizations are really part of Calvary's ministry just by virtue of the fact that they meet here. And it's great that we get to have a little bit of community outreach by welcoming people into our church to do the good work that they do. So thank you for all those organizations for letting us be a part of what you're doing here at Calvary. Other things that are happening here at Calvary, announcements. We have October 6th, we are going to restart our Wednesday evening all ages Christian education. A reminder for anyone who is seeking confirmation classes, this is our confirmation class. So yes, if you are in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, that's normally when churches kind of do their confirmation ministries. And so you'll be doing these classes with adults, with kids, with whoever else comes. So you're not going to be alone. But confirmation, and anyone looking for just a good, informal, laid-back time where we can learn together, journey through the Bible, journey through what it means to be Lutheran, look at the catechism. You know, a lot of people, they have that little catechism book and they never look at it again after 8th grade or 9th grade when they were confirmed. A lot of people, they go back to those teachings, and they read them now with all their life experience and with their perspective, and it's just sort of an aha moment, and it's a great thing. So whether you're an adult or you're a kid, you're welcome to come, and we will see what the makeup of the class is, and we'll sort of work from there. Once in a while, I hope to get a guest speaker involved, maybe even take a trip or a movie night or something like that. So it's going to be informal, might even be a little goofy some days, but if you're interested, we'd love to have you come. And you do not have to be a member of Calvary or seeking to be a member of Calvary. This is, like I said, it's informal. Everyone's welcome. Come and join us. Children's churches on Sundays. Young children can come and join my wife, Stephanie Kaiser, in the fellowship hall during worship. Of course, young children are welcome simply to stay and worship if parents would prefer, but she will have some kid-friendly Bible lessons and activities going on downstairs during the first part of the service, and then the kids will come back up and join us when it's time for Holy Communion and the close of the service. So we welcome anyone to come for that. That is along with our worship service at 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings. And the church council's asked me to remind folks that we would like people to social distance at church. There are still some concerns about coronavirus in this community. And as a reminder, especially during times of the service where you might be accustomed to getting shoulder to shoulder or shaking hands, that pretty much they're asking that you don't. Please, when you share the peace during worship, please do so without touch. Greet each other in Christ's peace, but don't do so by way of touching each other. And when it comes time for Holy Communion, we might go back to sort of having only two families at a time up front, one over here, and things like that. So just be respectful of that. And, when it's time for us to, do away with that, I'm sure the council will have a similar announcement then. A few words of thanks. One, of course, worship assistants, everyone who comes together to help us on a Sunday morning. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your efforts. Communion assistants, ushers, readers, offering counters. The sheets for October and November are up if you wish to sign up to be a worship volunteer. We'd love to have you. If you've never read lessons in front of church, or you've never been an usher here at Calvary and you'd like an easy way to help us out, I can show you the ropes. None of these jobs are all that difficult, but they are very important to show hospitality, to bring us the Word of God, and to see to it that our worship services go smoothly. So we'd love to have you. If you've never done it before, come talk to me. I'll show you the ropes. If you've done it a million times before, you know where the sheets are, and we'd love to have you sign up again. So October and November are up on the board. Or you can even just call me and I'll get you signed up so you don't have to run into church on, if you're not going to be here Sunday or something like that. But thank you to everyone who helps. Also, thank you so much for everyone who was a part of Roger Wilson's recent funeral. It went smoothly. Our meal coordinator said it was within hours. She had all the food taken care of. People signed up to help with that. The ushers were great. Hospitality was great. Lorna and her family really had the details put together, and her the daughter Denise was so helpful, and everyone just kind of came together to do it right. And it really, the fact that we had to have a funeral, of course, is sad, but funerals are often some of the best moments in ministry because you see the best of people as they show hospitality and love and grace and really come together to support the family who is grieving. So thank you so much to everyone who was involved. And finally, I just want to say thank you. We've had a generous showing here at Calvary in our offerings. We've had a generous showing where we do our wicker baskets for other organizations like quilters, like Comfort's Food Shelf, like we sent a check to help with the memorial garden up at school. Just all kinds of different things that we've done for these. We're so grateful to everyone who reaches into their wallets, who reaches into their hearts, who prayerfully and responsibly and generously gives to Calvary and all of the different charities around our town here in Minong. So thank you so much for your kindness, for your generosity, and not just for the money, but for all you people who get up and actually go to these different charities and work and do different works through them. There are people who pack food bags. There are people out there who are, who are interviewing people and helping connect them to resources around the community. There's just all kinds of wonderful people who work for nothing but the joy of working and helping other people. So it's wonderful that so many of you are in this community, and thank you so much. So that's our post for today. Again, just a reminder, probably not going to be one of these next week, but we will see you when we get started with our educational videos, hopefully in the next week or two, perhaps 3, depending on how many kinks there are in the system. So God be with you. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.